What's up guys, Sal here. So Huawei's ambition to unseat Samsung as the world's biggest smartphone maker came down crashing to the ground when Trump signed an executive order banning Huawei from using American products. Google, ARM, Microsoft, Qualcomm, Intel, every American company banned Huawei from using their tech. As a result, Huawei is in a no man's land right now. Before this, Huawei was literally unstoppable. While every other smartphone company was losing market share, Huawei, on the other hand, was actually on the gain. In fact, in the first quarter of 2019, they had a 50% increase in sales year over year, which was really impressive considering the whole smartphone industry saw a decline in the same time frame. Huawei made it clear that their ultimate goal is to beat Samsung for the #1 spot before the end of 2020, which they were right on track to do so, but Mr. Trump had different ideas. With just one single decision, he completely destroyed the second biggest smartphone company in the world. Trump administration's decision to put Huawei on a US trade blacklist could be just the helping hand Samsung needed to retain its status as the world's unrivaled smartphone superpower. Besides Huawei, no other smartphone maker comes close to Samsung in terms of the global market share. Right now, Apple is in third place with 11.7% of the market share, and this number will only go down come forward because Chinese have already started to retaliate. People in China recently called for a boycott of Apple products after the Trump ban. Considering China is Apple's third biggest market, this boycott will surely make it more difficult, if not impossible, for Apple to broaden the iPhone's reach and catch up to Samsung's market share. Samsung is the only company I guess will benefit a lot from this whole situation. Majority of the existing Huawei users will now shift to Galaxy phones, further strengthening the market share of Samsung. Not only in smartphones, but this will also help Samsung towards cementing a spot as one of the world's top 5G network equipment manufacturers. A few months ago, Samsung invested $22 billion in networking equipment over the next 3 years. Right now, I don't think the majority of countries would invest in Huawei's networking equipment, so it's a great opportunity for Samsung to quickly step into the void left by Huawei. That being said, Trump has made it clear that Huawei could be involved in some sort of trade deal, and this ban could potentially be uplifted. If that actually happens, still I would say it would take years for Huawei to come back on the track. I mean, the damage has been already done. It will be hard for Huawei to convince people into buying their product again. Yes, they will do absolutely fine in China. In fact, they might even see an increase in sales there. But in the rest of the world, it would take years for them to gain back the trust of people, which is not gonna be easy. Huawei's founder and CEO was interviewed by Bloomberg, where he was asked about the calls in China to boycott Apple. He said he wouldn't let that happen. He said, and I quote, "That will not happen first of all, and second of all, if that happens, I'll be the first to protest. Apple is my teacher, it's in the lead. As a student, why go against my teacher? Never." You know, that's kind of funny for him to actually say that. Huawei has been known for stealing tech from American networking companies, including Motorola, T-Mobile, and Cisco. But he denies that, saying, and I quote, "I stole the American technology from tomorrow. The US doesn't even have those technologies. We are ahead of the US. If we were behind, there would be no need for Trump to strenuously attack us." He also said that he's not worried about the loss of trade with the United States. He said, "The US has never brought products from us. Even if the US wants to buy our products in the future, I may not sell to them. There's no need for a negotiation." That's some ballsy move by the CEO, and I don't think it's the right time to say those words. I mean, the last thing Huawei wants right now is piss Donald Trump off because its whole existence is now dependent on Trump's one decision. And coming up with statements like this will do absolutely nothing for the company. In fact, it will only make the situation even worse. Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace out.
Okay.